Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TWRL season number 2. We are here for, in fact, ironically, the second round. We are here, and what is technically the season opener in F1, but we are here for the second round of TWRL. Instead, we're here for the Australian Grand Prix, and I am buzzed, and I am privileged to join me in the combots. I'm joined by the co-owner of TWRL. I'm back again with X-Form HD. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Yes, it's back. Obviously, I missed out at Belgium. I was away for a couple of days, and also I could race as well in F2, but we handed that all to Charles and he got it sorted. And the race, apparently, from what I've heard, it was pretty good. So hopefully it can just be as good or maybe even better. Here, there's a couple of things we should point out. So VSR Smithson does have a quali ban, and then King Liam 25 does have a race ban for today. And I will quickly point out who our reserves are. Some people know. So we have Mark B, or VRT Master, he's otherwise known as. We have Jack Spark 32 coming up, and then also I've got to try find him. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. It's clear right. Here we go in the Haas. So a Haas, McLaren, and a Force India. As Tommy's already left session, already won Force India now. Yeah,
we've somehow ended up with one less Force India in the quali all of a sudden out of nowhere. That's a bit like right. We hopefully will get him back in. Of course, it's lovely to see a full grid again, Josh, in the second round. That's put a nice smile on my face. You did miss the first round, buddy, and what a round you did miss with that iconic battle that will probably go down to history. Yes, it was rather controversial, but Fredster versus Liam, and as well you had Jolly versus Liam. Those were two iconic battles on King Liam 25's return. Of course, you did get awarded the race ban for them, but in the end it was fantastic. It was awesome, and I cannot wait for the battle to continue on another full grid. And the man we've got to keep our eye on is a man who's still in the pit box, and actually, you got to say, a big shout out for him yesterday. He came 4th place in his AOR debut yesterday, TOR Leopard. Dominated this league by 20 seconds over anyone else last week, so he's definitely the man to keep your eye on. But the man I am focusing on is my ex-teammate, of course. He's always first out. It's like he's always first out to be on board for the first lap. I am on board with Codfield as Jack Spark's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
That's a good start there from
yeah.
We have Jack in the party. So Jack, can you just tell us what happened quickly? He doesn't know what's happened. Okay, apparently slowed down that bit through. He's been disqualified. Anyway, great quality session from the reserve there of Jack's bar. Absolutely brilliant.
It's not got. You got to admit, it's not gone well for the top for the Force Indians, have it? You got Tommy who's left the session and Jack Spar's been disqualified. Yes, I know Jack Spar's a reserve, of course, but that's not gone at all well for the Force India team. Hopefully, it does improve for them as a race. We're still on board with Codfield. He comes through turn number 11 and 12, up towards the double right hand of these 13 and then 14. On what is a 16-turn track, I believe. There's Dual X Fury, man who made his debut last time out on the Supersofts, interestingly, first in. Teammate is King Liam 25, but this race, whose teammate is he, Josh, of course? Who's the reserve driver who's taken his seat?
Oh, who's this for? I've got to remember now. Who did you say it's for?
I think it was Dual X Fury. Is it Master Josh B?
Dual X Fury, yes, it's Master Josh B. Yeah, or VLT Master.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for him. We'll try and find someone who is on their lap. It looks like as if Jolly might be the first man to come across to set a first lap. The Ferrari driver of Jolly. He's going to start us off with a 22.2, the championship contender, of course, last time out. Here comes his teammate as well, EVR Fredster, up to the line. Good performance then, first time out. He sets off with a 22.4, just 2 tenths off him. Harley come around the final, because a few more cars just ahead of him as well. Keep an eye to see if any laps coming from them. Lewis Racer does well. Langman comes in with 22.2, and then Kay as well. You've got 3 cars there on 22.2s, and the little Rye, the reserve in the Haas, comes in with 22 dead. Fantastic lap time from him. But LK, Langman, so the 2 Toro Rossos, only 400ths apart, and then Jolly just that little bit behind. But we know what Jolly's like. He loves to go for 2 laps at the start of qualifying, so we'll keep our eye on him. Harley in the Red Bull slots in nicely for 22.3. Then another reserve, a Master Josh B, teammates this time to Dual X Fury. He sets a 22.381, just 300ths off of Harley, very close between them. That demotes Fredster down into 7th, and Lewis Racer in the other Renault of Codfield, of course, he sets a 23.2, sorry, poor first lap for him. Then comes Visualized. He's just slotted in just ahead of him with a 22.6, the other Haas, of course. And then we've got Ben JP in the Mercedes. He just came with a 22.5, just 300ths ahead of him. Then you just had Codfield coming for his second lap after he validated his first one. He set a 22.309. Julex Fury in the McLaren. He just came across with 23.2. Then you got I'm Deaf Bro back again in TWRL. He was here in season 1. He just set a 22.7. LAR lives in the Sauber. 23 dead for him first lap time. Not too bad at all. The other Sauber, a BY Button, he was like 23 dead for him. He clocks in the P12 for the moment. Tommy's back in, which is good to see. On board with Adam Lee. He is in the Williams, actually just gone AI. He's run out of fuel, so he must have validated his first lap and only fueled up for enough for one flying lap. Jolly has come back into the pits, so we won't see any more of him. But yeah, Josh, give us your early thoughts of qualifying.
Yes, I'm going to quickly point out what happened. So Langman was behind Lewis Racer going around the final corner, and I think Langman was going to maybe go again, but decided against it because he was so close to Lewis Racer, and he got into the pit, but he sort of clipped the pit wall and lost his front wing, so he ended up losing a bit there, but luckily he didn't lose the wheel. We know what this game can be like sometimes. But overall, looking at qualifying, I mean, we have a reserve who's on pole at the minute with a 22 flat. I mean, you've got the two Toro Rosso second and third, and you know, it's joint constructors. I'm Toro Rosso and so I can't be too, you know, controversial little, but I'm happy with that currently. But it's so close. Obviously, with Jolly, Langman, okay, and you've got people like Codfield and Hardy. Just look at the gaps, Jack. Just look at them all. It's ridiculous. It's just absolutely incredible to see, and I feel like. Oh, point out, Jolix Fury's on the super source. It's just, I forgot to mention that. The only guy who's opted for it, Jack Spot did, but he got disqualified, so not what he would have wanted. But someone I would say to keep an eye out for, maybe Tommy. I'm going to say, as Harley's actually coming up to the line now.
Harley's fastest. 22.007, it does say 006 there, but what a lap. Hello, where did you come from?
Yeah, Harley's just come out with that. Yes. Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like the Red Bull is going all out here today. Harley, you know, I remember his first race. I believe it was Singapore.
It was
season 1. Look at that knowledge. Oh. And yeah, he definitely showed. I believe he got 5th in that race, and we said he was on to keep an eye out for. And I mean, if he can keep doing what he's doing now, then he's definitely a potential for a championship, you could say. But you never know what can happen. But TWRL hasn't set that yet. We should point out the man who did win is Tommy's just crossed a line of a 1:22.4. So P9 for the Force India driver there. But I mean, overall, it's been a good first stint for quality. I think you have to agree on that front.
It has indeed. We have got guys coming out for their last stints, last runs, but Adam Lee just out of the pits now, come through turn 3. Of course, Tommy is probably going to make his way back to the pits. Whether he'll get another run out, we have to wait and see. Probably will. We've got LK as well in the Toro, so currently P3. Little Rise, well, the Haas driver, the reserve, currently P2. He's out again. He's only 700ths off Harley, so only a little bit of improvement. You know, we should expect to see some guys get into the 21s, but so far they've been so close with Harley just 7,000 off. I bet he's a bit gutted not to have got in just yet. We'll try and see who's going to be the first to start the lap. We've got the other Williams of I'm Deaf Bro out of the pits. He's on his way round as he usually is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear this is the second season in a row he is in the Williams. I could have sworn last season when he did race.
I believe so, yeah.
So a bit of a loyalty going on there for I'm Deaf Bro. But he's out of the pits and is on his way around. But we'll just keep our eye on LK for the moment, because I think he is currently the leader of the guys who will be starting their laps. I think then it's Adam Lee. If not, Adam Lee might be first, actually. So it is indeed Adam Lee's now coming around the final corner. He's about to start his lap, so he will set off the final time. He's yet to set a lap. I think he did try and set a first lap, but if you can find out for me, I think he did invalidate it. If you let us know what the time is, that might give some guidelines to where we might see Adam Lee. In terms of
4:42.
So that would have put him P8.
Put him, yeah,
just ahead of Fred.
P8 for him at the minute. But obviously, maybe he's got some more time to gain, but also maybe you know, due to him invalidating it, could have been quite a heavy call up. So maybe actually you've got to add a couple of times. I say that he's actually going quicker. His sector 1 is an improvement, so we could have seen quite a good time from the Williams driver here. Obviously, maybe a surprise like Hardy. We can't really say about that. LK's up on the time as well in sector 1, so we could have a lot of changes here in this next stint as LAR lives starting a lap. Lewis Racer, he's coming out to the line now. I don't know if he's actually, no, he's about to start a lap, I should say that. I'm gonna say stick on board with Adam Lee. Man,
his lap looks strong.
Time yet.
His lap has looked strong so far. He's looked nice and clean and consistent. No real, issues or anything. But we'll just have to see if it's quick enough. He's come up towards the penultimate corner now. Turn number 15, I believe. Turn number 14, it might very well be. My apologies if I get that wrong. Yellow flag in sector 3 as Little Rye is out. Little Rye has binned it, so there's no more qualifying for him. Adam Lee up to the line, 22.3 for him. He slots in the P7 just ahead of VRT Master, or Master Josh B, as he is known as. We'll go towards LK. Where is he? LK. He's up to the line. 21.8. Fastest for him. Just under 2/10 clear of Harley, and the first one to get into the 21s. He'll be ecstatic with that. His teammate is just now coming through sector 2. So we'll have to keep an eye on him. Codfield as well, currently working his way through. Master Josh B has got a bit of traffic over that's EVR Fredster. So he needs to be careful.
Nearly up by 2 tenths here.
Oh, this could be a good lap.
He's in sector 3 at the minute.
I'm keeping on Lives.
Running a little bit. I'm going to keep an eye on Codfield as he's second lot on him now. Come around the final corner, you've got to nail this. So don't go on the grass too much. He's done that a lot of the time. And they're all happy with their laps. You've seen what Codfield can do. I feel like it's going to be a strong quality. P4 for him. He lost a bit of time there in sector 3, but still P4 for Renault. He's got to be happy with that. We've got Langman as well now coming around the final corner. He's someone who you expect to be the championship favourite with what he's been over the last couple of seasons. I know he's down on his time, but he's got time for another one. We've got Jolly, who's coming up to line now. Jolly goes pole, 1:21.79, or 8:00 it says.
Yeah, he couldn't make his mind up.
Master Josh B, P3 for him, 1:22. That's pretty
4
much
thousandths quicker than Harley. Crikey O'Reilly, that is close. You cannot quite predict that.
Codfield's up on his time. We've got our people who are starting their laps now. Apparently there's 2 seconds up there, but obviously he's just starting lap now. We've got Lewis Racer, Julius Group. We've got TWRL Leopard actually. Both Red Bulls have been very strong here today. Tommy's out of session again, so hopefully we'll get him in, but quality is officially over.
LAR Lives looks to be the first man. My apologies, Josh, but it looks like if LAR Lives is going to be the first man to complete his lap. He's coming around the final corner. It doesn't look as if he was a good lap according to his lap time delta, but we'll have to wait and see. He's in the 20s now, 22.5 for him. Only P11 for the time being. We'll have to keep an eye on him. We've got Ben JP to come around the final corner. Codfield's just gone second with 21.860. Fantastic lap by the Renault. And it slots in nicely between K and Jolly. Up to line for Ben JP, 21.9 for him. Managing P4, fantastic effort by the Renault. And then just seen Langman smash it with a 21.4. Hello, he's back. Langman fastest for the moment. I'm Death Bro, set to the exact same time as Codfield. TWRL Leopard again coming out with them fantastic laps. 20.9, 5 tenths clear of Langman, and that is surely pole position. EVR Fred's the last man, 21.7 for him. He goes third, but Leopard, yet again, I said it last time, quiet German efficiency. He's done it again. TWRL Leopard on pole.
Yeah, absolutely astounding lap there. Nearly 5 tenths quicker than Langman, who we thought, that was pole right there with a 21.4. But yeah, Leopard getting into the 20s with an incredible lap. Quickly run down the order. We had some improvements there on dual exterior jumping up straight off. But anyway, grabbing pole was TWRL Leopard, followed by Langman 17. Then we have
we just lost Josh there halfway through. My apologies. So it's Fred's the third, Jolly Force third and fourth for the 2 Ferraris. Then you've got Codfield in 5th, Death Bro 6th, K 7th, Ben JP 8th, Master of B 9th, Harley ran at the top 10. You've got Little Rye, Julius Fury, Sergio Perez, LR Lives, Visualize, BOR Button, and I will quickly get the replay up so I can look at who's further down. Then you've got Lewis Racer, VSR Special, of course, who was serving quali ban, and Jack Spar 32 will start from the back, and he's got a lot of work ahead of him.
It has this question to you before.
Josh, you disconnected for us for a brief moment then, so I had to run down the field. So
that's brilliant. Oh, Jack's about to be disconnected from the party as well. Good start.
Now we're off to a fly here. We've got nice clear, Josh. But you were going to ask me a question.
Yes, I was going to ask you who's your favourite before you normally beat me to it.
I'm going to say Leopard. It is easy, and he was nearly 5 tenths quicker than Langman, who's been one of the quickest guys in TWRL, and he's just shown superior, and I think it's just unbelievable. So my bet is I'm going to go German efficiency again of Leopard. Who's yours?
I am going to go Leopard again. The reason for this is something that Fred said, and we actually saw it as well in a stream on Sunday. But Leopard, he's one of the guys who, if he gets pole and can get away, that's it. You won't see him. If he's back in the field and has to, then he sort of makes a couple of mistakes. But grabbing pole, if he can fly off and get like a second lead to Langman, I think it's Leopard's race. I know he's quick around Australia. I've seen it, so I think as well.
Yep, as we will quickly branch over. We're ready for the 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here. Second round in TWRL, and it is now lights out and away we go. Decent start on the front row there. Jackson gets a jump start penalty as they find it towards turn 1. Jolly get a fantastic. Francis get a fantastic start on Langman. Oh, they run down towards turn number 1. Leopard fending off Langman, but then round the outside goes Fredster for the race lead. What a move by the Ferrari. He's got the race lead. He's done exactly what he needs to send in the stream the other day. He's got the lead. Langman looking offensive against T1 Leopard runs towards turn number 3. Confident was side by side with Toros of LK in the background, but a fantastic start by EVR Fredster, third to first in the space of 4 corners. What a first lap he has had. Fantastic effort by him. Jolly slotted nicely by Langman's looking feisty on the back of Leopard. Through turn number 6 they come, and it's still Fredster who leads from Leopard. Langman, Jolly still contains that P4. Codfield keeping that P5, but has got LK right behind him. He shifts to the inside of turn number 8. Turn number 9 side is in turn 9 and 10. He's down the inside as the Rosso on the Renault. This could be a move as Codfield had that a half spin there as a result. Bit of contact. He's down into P number 9. Not a good start at all for him. Ben JP right behind as well. They go up towards the leaders. And it's been a bit of a chaotic start. But Josh, tell me more about that start.
I will. So the main talk about the incidences that there have been, but we have to keep an eye on this battle in front with Jolly. We've got yellows in sector 2. I'll find out what that's for. So Jack's bar was actually was lagging a fair bit, caused nearly an incident with Smithson, but I'm Death Bro and Master Josh B sadly came together into turn 1, and then I'm Death Bro has just run around out and has got no front wing. But really, apart from that, everything's been okay. Obviously, a lot of people have lost positions. Because Dual X Fury's had the moment come around the final corner, and is now losing positions to BOR and as well. Smithson got 13, obviously not qualifying. But looking towards the front, Leopards all over the back of Fred. Jolly's trying to stick to the back of Langman, then LK and P5's Dresswell has now retired as well. But Ben JP in the Merc, good performance from him. We've got Adam Lee in the Williams, who's made some incredible ground off the start, but yes, Sadly Codfield, he's lost 5 positions there now.
Can I quickly interrupt you? Leopard is all over the back of Fredster on lap number 2 here. He is looking feisty, but Langman is looking just as feisty as well as they come out of turn number 8 up towards turns 9 and 10. And Leopard is definitely looking like the quickest guy, as he proved it in qualifying. But Fredster with that fantastic getaway has definitely done everything he needs to do for the moment as they come up towards turns 11 and 12. Through 11 they come, and then through 12, and it still looks like Leopard is just not that close enough. But Langman is definitely looking like he wants to get past, because he qualified P2. But Fredster climbing both of the lads on the front row to gain the lead early on. Jolly as well just behind, so the 2 Ferraris first and 4th at the moment. Fantastic effort for them. They had a good result last time out with 2nd and 3rd at Belgium, of course, officially the result. And now this time they're currently 1st and 4th, so a good chance again for them in the terms of the overall constructors with both leagues combined in this season. But we keep an eye on the leaders for the moment, and it still continues. The Langman sets the fast lap out of all 3 of them with 25.9. Of course, DRS enabled this lap, but look how close Leopard is behind Fredster. Bit of a slide, he exits out of turn number 2 for Fredster. Now Leopard on the outside as they head down towards turn number 3. Can Leopard break later than Fredster? In with a battle of the balls. Round the outside goes Fredster, and he fends it beautifully. Going into turn 4, he sticks the fence, sticks on the inside, making sure he does not have that inside as Leopard, and he fends it. Now Langman ran outside his contact through turn number 6, and in the end he might try and get inside of turn number 5. Jolly now down the inside of him to try and take full advantage for that 3rd place. Jolly versus Langman, we've seen this so many times before, and we see it yet again as they come out of turn number 8 up towards 9 and 10, and it looks like Jolly's got him in a big surprise all of a sudden out of nowhere, but he's sticking it round the outside as Langman through 9 and 10. There's contact, and he's round, and there's contact between the 2 Toro Rossos. Now the Ben JP and Adam Lee get past the P4, and Langman trying his best to hold it from Adam Lee, and he does slide in behind, but it looks like Kay might pick up a bit of front wing damage from that. Harley gets past as well, and that is catastrophic for the Toro Rossos. I do not believe what I've just seen, and Jolly would appear to be losing positions like mad. He's just lost behind Langman, and Ben JP was that actually to let him through. It was a bit of courteous driving from Jolly, but what a chaotic lap. And as a result, the 2 Toro Rossos are in turmoil. Josh.
Yeah, so TWRL Leopard is actually got front wing damage on the front right due to battling the Fredster, and then Jolly and Langman in the heat of the moment. Langman had a bit of a half spin nearly, but lucky to not get any worse from Wales. Leopard's actually picked himself off 3 second time penalty already, but there's battles going on all around with Codfield and LAR Lives, and then Smithson and Lil Rye further down. Also, these guys are going to try and get a couple of positions, want to get some points for themselves, and also the constructors. But yeah, LK sadly did pick up some front wing damage on the front right, and he's now dropped down to P8. To Hardy. I mean, Ben JP's on the podium as it stands, but he's got Langman right behind him, and then Jolly there as well. Jolly did let slow down to let Langman through. I think he obviously realised he may have caused something there, so well played from him. But overall, everyone is still so close. I'm saying the ball with Codfield now. He's all over the back of the Southwood. There they are. Obviously, Codfield was on a bit of a recovery drive off the side, going on the outside. He's been squeezed out a little bit, but nothing too major. Smithson, though, he's getting involved in this battle. He's looking on the outside here, but Codfield's maybe going to look on the inside of it. We don't want 3 wide into this corner. This is suicidal, even going 2 wide. But Codfield, he's still there, wants to get a good exit here. He's just gone on the cross a bit, which is going to compromise his run. Codfield is going on the inside. I don't know, Jordan has that at the moment. He's just losing it back there.
He's just dropped 2 positions to Harley and Adam Lee there through out of turn number 12. And it's going all wrong for the Ferrari. He's now down into P7. We've got to say, Leopard looks like he has front wing damage, by the way, on that front right.
Yeah, that was just battling with Fred. And,
but this is allowing Fred to get away and Ben JP to get close. Could we see a huge surprise here with Ben JP potentially on for 2nd place at the moment? He's looking closely on the back of Leopard. My apologies, Vin, running about your discussion about the battle. Meanwhile, Jolly going on the inside of Harley here for P6 to have a bit of a recovery drive after what has been an awful few laps for the Ferrari. And he gets a nice easy move done there down the inside, textbook But there's contact in the background. That was LAR Lids in a bit of a collision with what looked like to be the Mercedes of VSR Smithson. A bit of contact. And in the end, it's caused a bit of drama, shall we say, as now Button has just got past Visualised for 13. Master Josh B gets past. It looks like Lewis Racer was also involved in that, the Renault driver. His day goes from bad to worse. And a bit of collision, a bit of bargy stuff at turn number 3.
Yeah, no, I didn't see completely what happened there, but we've got George Fury and Lil Rye. I think Lil Rye's had a moment there. Seems a lot of people making some
Langman's in the wall.
Visualised has got past.
What has happened there? Turn number 12. I was on board and there was a bit of jolt and lag, and all of a sudden he's in the wall.
He's gone wide now as well.
Massive front wing damage. Jolly and Harley get past. His teammate gets past. And what has happened to the Renault driver? It is absolute chaos in this 2nd round. Ben JP and Adam Lee. Ben JP started 8th. He's now 3rd. Adam Lee started in P13. He is now up into P4 on lap number 6. And what a cagey start we've had in TWRL for the 2nd round. As Codfield just now gets past K for P7. We have, but meanwhile, Ben JP is on the offensive against TWRL Leopard. There's a bit of contact through turn number 3, but Ben JP has done it. To everyone's surprise, Ben JP is in P2 at the moment and 5 seconds behind the race leader. The question is, has he got enough to close up? It does look like, I don't know if you can notice this, Josh, but it does look like Fredster has a bit of damage on that front left. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, it does
look like a bit.
Just a tiny, but yeah, just a little bit. So maybe that will come. We're going to have to keep an eye on the delta between 1st and 2nd here. But no, just saying, so Langman is in a pit along with Lil Wright and Master Josh B. Langman has gone to a set of the soft tyres, so whether he'll try and make that stick, but Fred's got himself a penalty, which towards the end of the race could cost him. We've got Adam Lee now closing up to the back of TWRL Leopard. And then further down, we've got BR Button Visualise closing to the back of Dual X Fury as well. But still on with Adam Lee, as he's probably going to want to try and get past Leopard with the front wing damage, so he can potentially, get on the podium and maybe try and bring the fight to Ben JP. But as it stands, Fred is putting out the gap. Oh, I say that though. And then 2 temperatures cut down there, so we have to keep an eye on that time, because it is all over the place, but you never know what can happen. But going to turn 1 now, as Leroy's retired from the session. It seems he has the reserve of Leroy is obviously full-time last season, and yeah, it is a shame for him. But yeah, further down, a battle for P10 yapping with LAR Lives, Visualised Button, Dual X Fury. But Adam Lee, he is on the back of Leopard. And I don't know if he's slowing him down yet, but each lap is getting closer and closer. You know, the dirty air is going to be affecting him. So, and that, again, another battle we're going to have to keep an eye on. But in terms of strategies, it's going to be an interesting call. Obviously, we expect people to do what ultras to softs, but someone like Langman, see if he can take those softs at the end. It's unlikely, but you never know. But
Adam is getting close. Turn number 11. Surely not. Heart
he
in
did
your
back
mouth
out
moment.
there.
This is the thing: is Adam Lee is on for his first ever podium in TWRL, but he's got to do it easily. He's got to make sure he doesn't lose too much time to Jolly behind him, but also any move that he goes for is too aggressive, and Leopard will just have him. Simple as that. You know, there's a reason why Leopard's been at the front. And that's why as LK is starting to close up by the soft runner of VSR Smithson. And that's going to be the most easiest move you'll see around the outside of the penultimate corner. Lovely jubbly as Leopard pits on lap number 8, as well as Jolly.
Yeah, the front wing changed.
Jolly also does in Harley as well. Codfield as well. Everyone diving it in. And actually this is double stack for Red Bull.
LK.
They are in turmoil. Leopard's pit, but then Harley of course is waiting for Leopard to actually pit. There's been some absolute huge confusions at the Red Bull garage. We've seen it before. Monaco, in the real life Formula 1, they had turmoil. Another bit even more. But now as a result, Jolly is going to be in a net P4, I believe. Won't come out ahead of Adam Lee, but Adam Lee now has that P3. And there's a huge scrap here for P5. Juliet Fury, BOR Button, Visualise, Lives and Lewis Racer all scrapping away. No, sorry, just these four as they cart towards turn number 6. Visualise looking feisty on the back of BOR Button, but as well Lives looking feisty on the back of him. It's absolute chaos at the moment for what is now P5, of course on merit. Not actually officially P5, but fantastic battles looking to be underway as a 4-way train. Fury has got damage on that front right of that McLaren Honda. So, and everyone else looking like they've got full front wings, other than maybe Lives. He might have a small bit of damage on that front right. As Fury picks himself up at 3, so he runs wide out of turn number 12. So does Visualise. Visualise in the wall. Huge crash for the Haas driver. He has had a massive wallop with the wall at turn number 12. And he is out of the Australian Grand Prix. And that leaves his battle down to 3. The 2 Saubers and a McLaren Honda of Dual X Fury. A huge wallop in the wall, but Fredster is starting to pull away for Ben JP up towards the leaders.
Yeah, so we've just working out. Codfield has pitted, we should say, onto the soft, and it is ahead of TWRL Leopard. Obviously, Leopard with the front wing damage lost a lot of time. And yeah, Leopard's closing to the back of Codfield, but we've still got pitters to come in, being obviously the race leader with EBR Fredster, and then Ben JP. We have Adam Lee as well, and we have VSR Smithson, someone to keep an eye for, obviously starting on the softs. And due to all the incidents, could go for a really good result really from starting out the back. And we've got some super soft guys of Dual X Fury and BOR Button, but then another soft runner of LA Lives and Lewis Racer, we should point out. So a lot of mixed strategies as Leopard now has actually got past Codfield. He doesn't seem Codfield's going to battle him too much.
He
Maybe
knows
Codfield knows it.
You know,
Yeah, so maybe this is his plan.
work together with the lads, you know, try and maybe get your way up through positions. Actually, the 2 Saubers there appear to have popped positions, and a fantastic effort out of turn number 10 for BOR Button. He's rounding outside turn number 11, and Dual X Fury just has absolutely none of that. Through 12 they come, and he has just had an absolute nuff. The question is, will the 2 Saubers work together as the race leader is in? Ben JP does respond. What about Adam Lee? He responds as well. VSR Smithson, of course, will stay out, so he'll take the race lead. So effectively a last to first challenge for Smithson. So a good effort, you've got to say, by him. What about these guys further back? Button doesn't pit, of course. Fury does not pit, and of course we didn't really expect Lives to come in. It's all soft tyres for the 3 that did pit. Will Fred come out ahead of this battle? It looks like he might, just about, can he? This is crucial for his race. He does, but Fury's into the gravel after, I think it was Button went for a move on him, and there's been a bit of contact, and now the 2 Saubers are making contact as Lives gets the move done on Button through turn number 3, and that was a bit chaotic from them 3 as they managed to sort of battle so hard that Fred managed to get out ahead, and that is clinical for his race.
Try to plunge out, but we've got a battle there with Lewis Racer. Lewis Racer from the source is holding up Ben JP, who's actually put on a set of ultras. Jolly's behind, Adam Lee's in front of TWRL Leopard. But this is, Ben JP has now got past Lewis Racer, but Jolly's all over the back of Lewis Racer as well. Ben JP's actually on softs, we should point that out quickly. It's just the graphical glitch there, but Jolly now is going to try and look what's Lewis Racer quite easy. Lewis Racer hasn't pitted yet. He's looking on the outside, seeing if he can get the move done. He's trying to make it stick.
Ooh, he's made contact!
Jolly's in the wall.
Jolly is in the wall there. And that could be race clinical for him. They come out of turn number 10, they made contact, and Jolly
on the grass.
has now got a huge amount to come back as Codfield then passed him. He's almost in the wall again, as you can just see. His former championship contender, the guy with a controversial incident with, to cost him what could have potentially been a championship for himself, go past. And now he's down into P12 and will surely pit as Leopard is trying out the inside of Adam Lee here. So I think there's been a bit of contact or something, because I think Leopard has now got ahead of Adam Lee, and now he's got to get ahead of Lewis Racer. The pressure's on the lad's shoulders, but he's miles behind Ben JP at the moment. He's just under 3 seconds behind him. Of course he does. Leopard has that 3-second time penalty though. As he gets through this train, now he's trying to go on the outside of Lewis Racer. He doesn't look like he's going to defend it too much. He thinks the better of it. What about Adam Lee though? He tries to sneak it up the inside of Lewis Racer. Lewis Racer having none of that though, but thinking better of it in terms of the Red Bull driver. But of course, he's got his teammate behind him. He's working with his teammate to make sure that he gets past. The sort of work here to get Adam Lee out of the way. LK is just behind them as well. It's only for P8, but not for position, of course. We've still got Button, Durex Fury, as well as Livs and Smithson still to pit. So these guys are actually in high position. They make contact with Adam Lee. He's gone for a huge lunge and punted Lewis Racer out of the way. And Codfield will now try and take full advantage of the one towards turn number 11. This is an unusual, unorthodox place to try and overtake, but he's going to try it through turn number 11, and he gets the move done. And LK takes full alignment, takes full advantage, rounding outside at turn number 12, and is up into P9. So Adam Lee drops 2 positions in 2 corners and has front wing damage on that front right. But Langman is looking cagey behind Codfield now as well for P8. As BOR Button, the Sauber driver, does pit. Durex Fury follows him in the McLaren. That now promotes Ben JP up into P4. Of course, he's actually P2 because of the pitters. And Leopard will jump in a P5 as he sets the fast lap for 25-1 there. As Fury goes onto the soft, also gets running change, Button only onto the soft. Will stick back towards his battle between Langman and Codfield here for what is P6. Of course, not on track. It is actually for P5, I believe, as Langman tries to sneak it on the inside at turn number 3. That was absolutely out of nowhere. That's why my voice suddenly raised up to about 50 decibels. But he doesn't get the move done. Codfield bending nicely through turn number 6. They come, and it's still Langman ahead of Codfield through this 7-8 complex. 7-8-9, sorry, no, I keep getting it wrong. Through 7 and 8.
Codfield's ahead of Langman.
He is. But yeah, that's all that matters. Up through 9 and 10, they try and come, and Codfield breaks so much later and gets such a better exit. Adam Lee is just behind in this battle, and Josh, this has turned out to be a terrific battle.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, someone they've got to keep an eye on as well as the LK, because we haven't got yellow flag further down. Jolly at that moment around the final corner, which his race is just sadly it's just gone out the window for
There's
him.
his teammate.
I'm sure I'm sure he'll come back next week and try the best he can to recover. After the last season, he scored points in almost every single race apart from major, which was right towards the end of the season. So he's definitely got the consistency there. So I'm definitely sure he can bounce with what's happening with Langman in these races. It's a potential jump. Obviously, left in P5, so anything can happen at the end of the day. But overall for Ferrari, we've got one guy who is in the net lead, and then another guy who sadly is at the back. But talking about the battle between Codfield, Langman and Adam Lee, it's still going, and he's going to want to get past Codfield. He's going to want to get them points and maybe try and chase down to Leopard, but the gap's about 5.5 seconds. But Leopard has got that penalty, which just to say Fred does as well.
Oh, Jolly's out.
Jolly has retired. Yes, Lewis Racer though, it seems to be at the moment Harley's got past him. Lewis Racer though, he's going to look on the inside here.
I was on board with this battle. I just didn't want to interrupt you. I was just like, we'll just keep a nice little silent battle. Just let the viewers just witness this. And I was like, oh my god, they're continuing to go side by side. It's like incredible. I might have to actually interrupt Josh here, as much as I didn't want to. And it was an incredible battle. But we've got to say, Ben JP, of course, this is actually for Merit P2. It's starting to be close up here by TWRL Leopard in the Red Bull. And of course, given what Leopard's pace has been so far, he's got a lot of work, a bit of a lag jolt there. I don't know if that was because we're on board with TWRL Leopard or what, but he shifted the inside of the penultimate corner. There's a bit of contact and he's had a half spin, but he just about gets away with it, parting him out again. But you've got to say, surely Fredster has got this pretty much sewn up in a nice. He's got 11 seconds clear of Ben JP and TWRL, of course, will then battle, and that will extend the gap even further out. And Fredster will have surely the best opportunity to claim the race win. That will surely be a sign that it could be Fredster versus Leopard here for the Season 2 title as it stands. But there's plenty of guys behind them who've just not had the best starts, but it appears to be showing that way as, of course, with this, I believe it's 14 race calendar, we are a 7th through it after this race. Oh yeah, Langman's trying to get past Clodfield as Josh appeared to have a bit of a connection issue there. So hopefully we do get him back as soon as possible. And a bit of connection trouble today is the lad, but we'll continue with this battle between Leopard and Ben JP. Through turns 9 and 10 they come for the 14th time, of course, in what has been a very exciting Australian Grand Prix. And so far we're going to continue to keep this 100% record of exciting races up in TWRL as Leopard comes through 11 and 12 alongside Ben JP. And it just looks like he's so much more confident behind that wheel of that Red Bull up towards 13 and 14. He is trying round the outside, unconventional, he's onto the grass, and that was a little bit of a spook. I don't really think Ben JP was quite expecting that from the Red Bull, but he slots in behind yet again through the penultimate corner and still remains currently in P5, what will be higher up as Fury picks himself up by 3 second time. They've got Livs closing up to the road ahead. Fredster is starting to close the gap on what is a man who's still due to pit in VSR Smithson. Through turns 1 and 2 they come, and it's still Ben JP ahead, but just look at how close Leopard is. He can smell the exhaust fumes coming out. Ben JP, he shifts to the inside, a late lunge here through turn number 3. He's doing his best, he's squeezing him out, but Ben JP having absolutely none of it. Doing his best through turn number 5, now through 6, and it looks like as if Leopard's got the move done in a fantastic bit of duelling between the Mercedes and the Red Bull that really sprung out of nothing. Leopard just surprising the Mercedes with a move down the inside, similar to what Flying Finn did on STS7 Alonso yesterday in AOR, and a fantastic move. Moves him up into P4 and what will actually be a net P2, and now he's got 12 seconds ahead of him to what is officially our race leader, EVR Fredster. We're just waiting for Smithson to pit. The question is, when will he and what tyre will he go? And we probably expect him to come in for a set of the Ultra Softs till the end of the race, and that probably do him lovely. But we'll continue on board now to this battle further back between Langman and Codfield as well. Kay just behind Adam Lee. Of course, Adam Lee has that front wing damage, so it's not going at all well for him. It's actually much better exit out of 12, sorry, has got Kay up towards turn 13, and he might have a nice easy move done here, as easy as you like. And actually Adam Lee doesn't know he's able to come back. He just slots in behind thinking about his race. He's down into P9. Actually, Master Josh B, the reserve driver, is looking feisty behind him, of course, on the Superstock tires. We haven't spoken about him, but he's had a quiet race so far, and he'll be looking to continue that in what is a TWRL debut today. As actually Langman is down the inside of Codfield here through turn number 1, and he gets a lovely move done. But will Codfield be able to come back? Of course, Langman has the DRS, because of course the second bite of the cherry at this track. Langman immediately going defensive at turn number 3, but still Codfield sticks to the racing line, maybe trying to get a better exit. Up through turn number 4 they come. Doesn't be able to get a move done for now and slots in behind. As BR Button picks himself up a 3 second time there, as well as Adam Lee through turn 6 they come. Doesn't look as if it was a good day so far for Adam Lee.
I should quickly point that out. I am alive, hopefully. Everything is okay. We'll just pray on that front.
Yeah, it's not gone at all well for you today, has it, Josh?
No, I should have restarted my routing. I think I know what the issue is, but it's only something I can help fix mid-race.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can sort it out as soon as possible. But fantastic move. By the way, Josh, I don't really know what you saw.
I have seen it. I have been here.
Oh, it's last Josh B's just now down inside of contact between him and Adam Lee, and he's in the wall. It might have just been a bit of a spring in the loss of the back end from Last Josh B. He just swerved into Adam Lee. As a result, he has now got front wing damage, and has got Harley starting to bear down. And the question is, will he pit? He's got a massive amount of damage. He does. That's a shame to see.
Leopard's got a penalty.
That's a second penalty for him. That's now 6 seconds. And with Ben JP yet to have a penalty, he's still on for this at the moment. He's done a fantastic job. Of course, only his second ever race in TWRL member, and he could be on for a fantastic effort as Master Josh B unfortunately does retire in the pit lane, which means we are down to 1 McLaren. Of course, he's only reserved, so it didn't really matter anyway, but it does mean that it's been a poor debut for the man known as VRT Masters, or Master Josh B. As you've got to say, actually, Godfield currently stuck in a Toro Rosso sandwich for P7 he is at the moment. He's got LK behind him, Langman in front. So the question is, can they work together? Because I think Langman's pulling away, so I think it should be up to K just to get the move done nicely. BR Button does dive in. He's currently P13 this Button, but due to reserves, I think all of our reserves are out. So it's all down to points now.
They are. Obviously, we've got the penalties. Is Adam Lee's picked the double penalty. You know, we always say with penalties, there's something which really do affect the race. But this one, I think, more than ever. Obviously, Leopard got the 6 seconds. Fred does have 3 seconds. However, it's not going to matter unless Smithson can hold him up about 15 seconds. But we never know what can happen.
And the question is, when will we see these soft lines in? We still yet to see Livs in. Of course, Livs has got TWRL Leopard behind him now, and I'm pretty sure Livs is not going to want to hold him up too much, because Livs is on for a good result if he can try to set the Ultra Softs. You know, come out and just go for it. He could be on for the arse end of the point, so, you know, it's not as if his day is over. And as well as Smithson, he's on for some very good points. It's actually Julius Fury has just gone past Lewis Race. There's a bit of bargy, start through turn number 2, but I think Julius Fury has got the move done for now. Not really too sure what's happened between the Renault and the McLaren, but Fury up in a P11, Lewis Race is down to P12 for now, but we're sticking on what Leopard is. He's trying to get the inside at turn number 11 and 12. He's desperate to get a move done and get on with this, and down the inside he goes, and he does it nice and easily. Lives, slots in behind and says, yep, I'm not in this battle. So he thinks better of it. Wise driving by the Sauber driver, and he's down into P4, and it's got Ben JP bearing down on him. But the question is, when will he pit? Smithson stayed out for another lap, we should mention, as it's actually Smithson weaving on the straight. Is actually a sign he's letting Fredster through here. Fantastic. The Mercedes and the Ferrari working together. Who'd have thought anyone ever said that in Formula 1? But it's just happened as Fredster has been let through by Smithson, as Livs does dive it in. So Ben JP has clean air ahead of him to the back of TWRL Leopard, but Smithson dives it in, letting him through. Controversial stuff, wouldn't you say, Josh?
Yeah, definitely. I think what I thought you were going to go there is that it's EVR and VSR working together. Obviously, you know, both groups. So, yeah, but obviously, yeah, I don't really know what to think of that. I think fair play Smithson. Obviously, I think he knows quicker, but obviously he doesn't want to try and hold him up too much. But you can understand from Smithson's point of view is that if he bows, he's time behind him, which he doesn't need, because, you know, he could be on for maybe even P5 here once he's pitted around that stage. Obviously, the final set of ultras, he's going to have some rapid pace. We'll have to wait and see what Smithson decides to do. Elliot Lives did come out P10 on the set of ultra softs. So let's try and work out where Smithson will come out. We're going to do some quick mental maths. I'm going to say he's going to come out maybe Clockfield LK.
He does dive it in. As I actually reckon, yeah, he'd probably come out with regards to where, actually, looking at it, it might just come out just ahead of Langman. If he can, you know, if it's a good stop, in comes the Mercedes driver. It looks to be a decent stop, let's put it that way. So Leopard, of course, will jump in. We do expect that. So that means now, officially, that is your race for you. Fredster leads from Leopard. Ben JP, surprisingly in third, but them 2-time penalties could be enough for him. Where is Langman? There is Langman. There is Smithson now on his way out. There is Langman on the right hand side of the screen. And he has, as my mental maths proves to be superior, and Smithson has now got 7.2 seconds to Ben JP to upset his teammate. That would be quite controversial.
He's going to get some good points though. And our Lives is looking on the inside of Hardy Hardy, like going into turn 1. On those numbers, you've got to expect him with the grip. He's got to move down. Hardy Hardy had a bit of a moment there, losing it, but yeah, Hardy Hardy's just flying by. He's representing Sauber now due to video button leaving the session, so he's going to want to try and push it on. He's got Adam Lee only a little bit up the road, and then maybe LK. Speaking of LK, he's closing to the back of Codfield, but keep an eye on Smithson and the time to Ben JP, his teammate. Adam Lee's picked himself up another time penalty, but I'm going to stick on board with LK here. The Toro Rosso is slowly closing to the Renault Codfield. Also keeping on that Sauber of Federalism. Smithson's got a penalty.
That could be controversial. That could be crucial for him later on in this race. Because when you're on that one-stop strategy and you go from the hardest tire to the softest, it's clinical to not get any penalties more than ever, because you don't want to then get past someone and then lose the time. As actually Elliot Lives is up the inside of Adam Lee as he continues on a massive charge up forward. He might go for a nice lunge if he does. Through turn number 13, and he gets the move done. Does Lives, squeezes Adam Lee out wide, of course. So Lives up into P8 and may start the close up to K, of course, on 2 better compounds. The pressure's on him as Ben JP is now 4.7 seconds behind, and of course Leopard has got 6 seconds of penalty, so he's only got to get 1.2 more seconds from Ben JP, and that P2 is his. For the moment, Smithson starting to close up. The question is, will the two Mercedes work together? Of course, it's for high points you got to run for either of them. So they might be desperate to get past. Of course, Smithson wanted to get past, of course, because he could potentially see himself in 6 seconds of Leopard before the end of this race and nick that P2. But Ben JP, well, he's on for his first ever podium in TWRL. So it's a good result for him. So what will they do? What would you do, actually, Josh? If you were in Smithson's position, sure. What would you do?
What would I do? I was going to say, I haven't been the connection issues there, but I think it's sorted itself now. But what would I do? I think... I really don't know. I think I would hope my teammate would let me past if I got close to him. To be honest. And if he didn't, then I'm going for a move.
Well, he definitely is. He's 3.5 seconds behind Ben JP now, and it's just closing more and more. It's probably agonising for him. It's like, you know, because, I mean, 23.5 seconds, right, let's compare lap time. So Smithson just under 23.5. Ben JP's last lap was a 25.8. So, I mean that's say more.
For himself, isn't it?
That's like 2 seconds. I mean, well, LK is still close to the back of Codfield, which you did mention earlier. This is for P6, I remember. But still, I mean, LK on a bit of a recovery drive. He didn't qualify the best, is what we expected to. He is still in P7, where he actually started. Fury picks himself up another 3-second time penalty. Of course, he's got Adam Lee ahead of him, but of course, that's all going to go out the window for him. As Harley is actually over the back of him for 2 points at the moment, so we'll definitely keep our eye on that battle. But yeah, I mean, I was going to say, it's not quite quiet German efficiency anymore, I think, from Leopard. Like you said to me earlier, you said it a bit off-screen, you said that, you said it earlier at the start of the race, you know, once Leopard's in traffic, he does struggle. And, you know, he got a poor start, he lost out to Fred Stu, done a fantastic effort to jump both guys on the front row. And then ever since then, there's just really, you know, he's struggled, but he's still setting very fast laps, but he's just not quite had it. This race, and that's the reason why he's now 9.5 seconds behind Fred. Of course, that front wing damage didn't help when they did go side by side, and you know, it's been a tough day for the German, but he's still going to get P2 for the moment, so he'll be happy. But yeah, Josh, sorry, your point.
Yeah, I was going to point to Smithson now is in DRS range of Ben JP, but Ben JP is out of the 6-second window to Leopard, so obviously Ben JP could be giving up a podium here if he lets Smithson through, so it depends if he's going for the team game.
Oh, sorry, K's up round the outside of Codfield towards turn number 3. Round the outside goes P6. This is 4, remember, but Codfield fends it beautifully and holds that position for now. But we'll head up back towards the two Mercedes. What are they going to do? And he lets him through. Clinical stuff between the two Mercedes. Smithson letting Smithson through to have that P3. And that could be clinical as Leopard. Another 3 seconds. Penalty. Now that does put him down into P4 for now. Both stadiums. He has got a lot of work ahead of him. Of course, Ben JP will have advantage of DRS from Smithson for now. But that has just put a huge amount of weight on the German shoulders. He could be off the podium as it stands, and it could be a Mercedes 2-3 in a huge surprise of events. You know, Smithson came from stone dead last and is currently sitting in P3. Yes, granted, it was technically not. I mean, he was P18 because, of course, Jack Spar did get disqualified. But yeah, it's still going to be a good result. Around the final corner, by the way, does come Kay and Codfield again. And it looks like they might go to battle yet again as they come towards turn number 1. This is still for P6, remember, and it looks to be quite a tasty battle between the Toro Rosso and the Renault, but a poor exit through turn 1 for Codfield as Adam Lee pits.
Benjamin's left the session.
He's not.
He has.
Oh my god.
Benjamin has left the session. This will promote Langman P4. Obviously, everyone else, unless Ben JP can get back in. Adam Leeds retired from the session.
He has had enough. Which now promotes Julius Fury. He actually pit, so Julius Fury is now up into that 1 solid point. So that'll be his first point in TWRL, I believe. So congratulations to him. Been a good day really for the driver. He's actually maybe potentially could close up to Harley before this race is over. So not quite done yet, but controversial stuff as Ben JP's car is now crawling, and it's agonising to see the gap just come right down to Langman. And could this be one of the most upsetting moments you'll see in TWRL? Because Ben JP, a lad who was a proper underdog here, he wasn't expected really to do it. We saw him perform well in the pre-season race, and we did have it off air at Belgium. And then, of course, come the actual race, he didn't have the best race, and now it's just gone even worse. And he's being creeped up on by the favourite as Ben JP's AI pits. Oh my goodness. Someone needs to get the Titanic music out, because his AI has just pit for Ultrasofts. And his hopes of high points have surely now gone out the window. Langman P4, Codfield P5, and that now promotes K versus Codfield for P5. As now K, the man who's now up in a P6, might now be able to P5 as he shifts to the outside. LER Lives is right behind them as well. I didn't realise that. LER Lives in the Ultrasofts, remember, the guy, one of the two guys who do the Ultrasoft, soft to Ultrasoft strategy, is right behind them. And could this be a high result for the Sauber instead? But K versus Codfield is still going on. But Lives is right there behind them, but upsetting stuff for Ben JP, but we definitely have to keep our eye on this battle, don't we, Josh?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, NAR Leeds is just braking so much later, and he's getting better exits than LK and Codfield now. Jack, I'm going to throw this question to you while movies haven't been made. If you were LK, what would you do? Would you let LAR Leeds through to try and battle Codfield and then benefit on that, or would you just try and defend and get past Codfield yourself?
I think personally, I would defend. I'd fight for my honour, because you know it's been a fantastic battle by these two all race between Codfield and K. And I mean, Libs has just sort of come along and said, "Yep, I'm on the Ultrasofts, so you know, I'm just here." So I would fight it if I was K. I would be fighting for my life, because I mean, you're in 5th, right? It's only the 2nd round of the season. What have you got to lose in realistic terms? It's not like he's battling for a championship at the moment. He's just out there trying to get some decent points. So why not risk it? You know, if you don't win,
yeah,
great,
okay,
you could have come 7th
as well.
Now that changed my mind. I would let him through, but I would let him through and hope they come together. But Livs does shift to the inside, a late lunge at turn number 3 on K, and K slots behind. Now he slots behind, but now he's got to get past Codfield, and you've got to say the Sauber driver could be on for 10 points here. What an effort for him.
Yeah, great result from Sauber, but still very upsetting with what happened to the Mercedes of Ben JP. I'm sure he's going to be very gutted, but I did try and get him in, but obviously from Commentators' point of view, sadly we can't. I wish they did, you know, do something about that, but yeah, I tried to think of my power, but sadly I cannot get him back in. But yeah, staying on board with Elliot Lives here, and on the Ultrasofts, who doesn't really seem to be slacking one bit, and now he's just going to give it everything, catch up to Codfield and grab that P5, and as you said, get them 10 points, which is going to be a great result for Sauber and help them out massively.
Indeed it is. Of course, it's just like real F1 where the Sauber always seems to struggle. But they're doing well, on for P5 at the moment, which I mean is an incredible result. Of course, Codfield on for yet again another decent finish in the moment, on for P5. You know, he's had a good day as Codfield, and he's on for it yet again, but he's got to fend off Livs, who just looks so much more better. But I don't know about you, Josh, but it looks like Livs has a bit of damage on that front left.
Yes, it does seem he is missing a little bit, but it doesn't. It's not a performance impacting massively though. So you're going to go for a move from Codfield. He's looking on the inside.
He spooked him.
Get in the room. Fair play.
I thought he was going to.
Still all over the back of him. Yeah.
I generally thought he was actually.
Fred's got another penalty.
Fred has another 3-second time penalty, which actually still means that he's still got to be 3 seconds ahead of Leopard.
Leopard was on the gravel. No, but Leopard was on the gravel. Just on board with him. He was on the gravel, which is weird. Smithson's he's lost about 1.5 seconds there, Leopard.
Could that be clinical come later in his race? Of course, Smithson already is closing up, granted, right? And he's already going to get that P2 due to penalties, but I mean, you know, surely he'll want to get this, you know, officially. You know, and maybe potentially challenging Fredster for the race win. Of course, 2 time penalties for EVR Fredster at the moment. So he's still got around about 4 seconds to close up, but there's only 2 laps to go. So surely Fredster's got this, despite how many penalties he does have. And what a drive you've got to say from that man. We saw it yesterday, didn't we, Josh? In a different league. And he's done it again. Where he's just... Everyone else around him has had a very exciting race with lots of action. And he's had a pretty boring one at the front.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at penalties now. Leopard's 4 penalties and Fred has
Lives has
3.
gone to the outside at turn number 3. Yet again, with Codfield again. Fended off. My apologies for interrupting you there, Josh. But Lives
Jack,
yet
I
again.
think Smithson could be on for the win. Fred's got 3 penalties, Leopard's got 4.
Fred has 3 penalties.
Potentially. Yeah, so he's going to have 9 seconds.
He's gonna. Gap's 10.5 with 2 laps to go. This could be remarkably close. Are we going to see a last to first chance for VSR Smithson? I mean, he's got Leopard in front of him.
If Smithson can get past Leopard, then he could be onto it, but he needs to lose no time to Leopard one bit.
Last lap has been initiated by Fredster. The right flag was out for him. Leopard already weaving. Not really too sure what that's all about. But Fredster time again for Dual X Fury. He needs to keep it clean and consistent. He's had too many penalties, but he's got 26 seconds behind Lewis Fraser. He's now having a P9 as well, and all over the back of Harley. So he could very much be on for a higher position. But Smithson has got to get past Leopard. It's clinical for him. It's race critical, and Leopard leaving no room at all through turn number 4. Much better exit from Smithson as Leopard ran dramatically wide to the outside. Goes Smithson, the very last lap of the Grand Prix, and this is doing absolute favours for EVR Fredster. Surely he's got this in the bag now. Surely, as Leopard goes to the inside of turn number 10. He's doing his best to just fend him off as hard as he can. He already knows he probably lost it. Bit of contact in the wall with Smithson. You saw him grinding against the wall as he went to the outside of turn number 10. Through 11 and 12 they come for the final time. And much better exit from Smithson out of 12. Leopard shifts to the inside and do his best to defend it, but it's not going to be enough. And Smithson will surely get it through turn number 13. He squeezes him out and gets the move done as Fury's retired on the last lap. He was on for his first ever points, but round the final corner, the Ferrari celebrated. The Italian team takes victory in F1. What a shock, what a start, what an end for EVR Fredster. He's going to grab the victory. Fantastic drive from him. VSR Smithson from last place with a quali ban he served. He doesn't need it. He comes second place, 5.5 seconds behind him in the end. TWRL Leopard, the man with German efficiency in quali, didn't quite manage to match up in the race. He finishes in P3 for now. Langman will surely take P4 as Livs is all over the back of Codfield as they come across the line. But Langman's penalties means there's Codfield 4th, Livs 5th, K 6th, Langman 7th. So 6th and 7th for the Toro Rosso boys. Not a good day for you in the end, really, Josh, in terms of your lads. As Harley crosses the line in P8. But one thing I would like to talk about, Dual X Fury bins it on the last lap.
Yes, I don't know what happened there, but Fury's not going to be happy about that. Yeah, he was on for his first points, as you said, and now he's going to have to try again next week. And just, yeah, it's going to be a rough day for the McLaren.
Yeah, no idea, but we should mention actually what's going to happen in terms of apparently Lewis Hamilton just came 10th. Not really too sure what's happened there.
That would have been Ben JP.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen because obviously Ben JP's AI finished 10th. But BOR Button, I don't know if he was an AI, but he came 12th. And Fury DNF'd. So, but there's Sebastian Vettel apparently. Congratulations to him on grabbing the race victory in TWRL. Yet again wins an Australian Grand Prix. But yeah, it is EVR Fredster on the top step. VSR Smithson, who came from stone dead last, serving a quali van, takes P2. And lastly, the German efficiency man in Red Bull, he can only manage P3 today. And surely will be disappointed with that. But it's Fredster on the top step, Smithson second, Leopard third. And Josh, what a race.
Yes, what a race. I mean, Langman, I did not think about one bit with his penalties, but yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, but yeah, what a race! That is all I can say towards that. Max Verstappen P3. But
yeah,
yes,
congratulations, Will.
incredible.
I only mentioned P3 though in TWRL, proving that TWRL is the place to be. If Max Verstappen himself can only get P3 in TWRL, that just proves that it's the place to be, the place to watch, and the place to race. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was thrilling, that was exciting, and most of all, it was the Australian Grand Prix TWRL. I'm going to end it here. I'm not going to do my long, boring intro. And I will say, do not forget to tune in this time tomorrow at 7:30. And as well, actually, maybe at 6 if we can get him signed onto the account.
Yeah,
Jolly.
it's me.
Are you on commentary for F3?
I am. I'm doing F3.
Oh, join X-Form HD in the Combox then for Formula 3 tomorrow. For their, of course, their 25% beta season. Last time out saw Kenny grab a massive win over everyone else and hoping to maybe make it 2 from 2 here at the Australian Grand Prix in a shorter race, more action-packed, and a lot of fun is that F3 League. And then do not forget, an hour and a half later, straight afterwards, we will jump straight back in for Frozen Gamers and F1XL Scar 3. Join us in the Combox for their F2 second round after what was a very, very, very topsy-turvy, I think is the word I would use for first round at Belgium. Do not forget to join them for that. But that will be the end of that. Josh, thank you for joining the Combox as always, my friend.
Yes, thank you, man. Hopefully we get made to this order next week.
Yep, let's hope the season continues as Fredster on the top step. What more can you say? Ferrari first, Mercedes second, Red Bull third. It's the big three in F1 taking the 3 steps of the podium. We will see you next time. Goodbye.